Hello, I'm Thomas. Today, I'm going to be describing the Wakanda Forever trailer. I'll first do a standard real-time audio description, and then I'll do an expanded description. For simplicity, I'll be using some character names pulled from IMDb. In the trailer, all of the people of Wakanda are all black, while the people of underwater Aztec city of Talocan are brown. Marvel Studios. Shuri and Queen Ramonda lead a Wakandan funeral procession. Shuri carries the Black Panther mask. In a watery cavern, Namor paints an Aztec mural. Wakandans perform a traditional dance dressed in white. In gold jewelry, Namor is a muscular brown man with pointy ears.
Only the most broken people.
Wakandans beat drums on a rooftop against a mural of T'Challa.
Can be great leaders.
Wearing a gold serpent headdress, Namor descends into an underwater shark jaw throne. He pounds his staff. Okoye sheds tears in the empty Wakandan throne room. On an offshore oil rig, a white soldier raises binoculars as Aztec warriors climb the exterior.
People did not call him general or king. They called him Kukulkan, the feather serpent god. Killing him will risk eternal war.
Soldiers invade a lab.
He's coming for the surface world.
Dora Milaje deflects bullets with spears. On November 11th, Aztec warriors swim through murky water.
Know what you whisper.
A Dodge Challenger flips a cop car.
They have lost their protector.
Water floods into Wakanda, sweeping people off their feet.
Now is our time to strike.
Namor dodges energy blast. A black girl welds machinery. An iron suit takes flight. Okoye readies her spear. M'Baku beats his chest and plummets into the roiling ocean.
Show them who we are.
A hatch opens and a shadowy figure drops through. She flips and lands on both feet, energy surging up her legs. She's the Black Panther. Gold line letters shift into place. Wakanda Forever. Get tickets now. Only in theaters, November 11th. And now, I'll be going over it again with expanded description. Marvel Studios. Queen Ramonda holds Shuri's wrist as they lead a funeral procession with the twin towers of the Wakanda Palace behind them. The black Wakandans are all dressed in white loose fabric in traditional African styles, and many have white markings on their face. While the crowd and followers dance joyously, the Queen looks around somberly, and Shuri's face is shrouded in a veil as she holds the Black Panther's mask. Queen Ramonda is a beautiful older black woman with shiny skin, dark eyeshadow, white face paint between her brow and on her chin, and a white funnel-shaped hat with intricate carvings. The Black Panther mask is a sleek, matte black full head covering with pointed ears at the top on either side, silver eyes and silver accents trim above and below the eyes. In a structure inside a dark cavern, Namor paints an orange mural. It appears to be of a brown-skinned artisan working on an ornate suit of armor. The mural is surrounded by Aztec hieroglyphs, square-line drawings of symbols including human and animal heads. In the distance are stalactites and pools of water. In front of a stone temple overgrown with trees and vines, Wakandans perform a traditional dance dressed in white. Namor continues to work on the mural. He dips the brush in paint from a half-sliced conch shell. He is a muscular brown-skinned man with pointy ears, short black hair, beard, and mustache. He wears ornate gold and jade gauntlets and bicep bands, a gold septum ring, and a rust-colored cape over his shoulders.
Only the most broken people.
A black woman crosses her arms over her chest in the Wakandan salute. She has braided lines and a radiated geometric pattern tattooed on one hand and vibranium Kamoyo beads on the other wrist. On a rooftop, two Wakandan drummers beat large traditional drums of hide stretched over tree trunks. They jump to trade drums. Behind them on the adjoining rooftop is a photorealistic mural painting of a stern King T'Challa, surrounded by Wakandan text.
Can be great leaders.
In a cavernous underwater cathedral, Namor descends from a bright white light, arms outstretched into a massive skeletal shark jaw. He wears a gold serpent helmet with a spiky mane of green leaves. He lands in a throne inside the shark jaw, surrounded by sharp blue 6-inch teeth. Before him is a crowd of Aztecs. He taps down his gold scepter. Okoye plants her spear in the floor of the empty Wakandan throne room. A tear runs down her cheek. She's an athletic black bald woman wearing the Dora Milaje uniform of black and red heavy-fitted cloth with gold accents including shoulder blades and several rings piled up around her neck. The Wakandan throne room has high arched ceilings, vaulted in black and gold. The floor is polished black stone. In the center is a red clay square with the throne and 5 smaller chairs for advisors. On the far end are tall, floor-to-ceiling windows flanked by panther statues, outside the Afrofuturistic skyline of Wakanda. All of the buildings are earth tones in many irregular organic shapes. At night, a helicopter approaches an offshore oil rig. A white soldier raises binoculars as dozens of Aztec warriors expertly climb the exterior and run along the catwalks carrying spears. A white woman by the helicopter shoots one warrior down and fires at another.
His people did not call him general or king.
Large floating cargo ships and Wakandan dragonfly fighters airlifting payloads ascend into the snowy mountaintops of Wakanda. A giant great white ape statue holds up M'Baku's fortress. M'Baku addresses a crowded room, including the Dora Milaje wearing white furs. M'Baku is a thick, muscular, dark-skinned black man with short natural hair on top, a close-trimmed beard, and wearing a dark hide chest plate, large metal spike gauntlets, gray fur cape, and metal fang necklace.
They called him Kukulkan, the feather serpent god.
A woman gives birth underwater, silhouetted against rippling sunlight. The midwife hands the child to the mother, still tethered together by the umbilical cord.
Killing him.
Namor descends from the sky over Wakanda. Holding a spear, he glides with a pair of bird wings on each ankle, flapping quickly like a hummingbird.
Will risk eternal war.
Western-style soldiers burst into a Wakandan lab full of black women scientists. Covered in body armor, they aim assault rifles as they spread out. One of the women pulls off her head wrap as she watches one of the soldiers threaten her colleagues. The lab is dark and full of computer terminals and has many tall tubes of bubbling water.
He's coming for the surface world.
Shuri, Queen Ramonda, and Riri Williams, a young black woman, stare out the window of the Wakandan throne room. In the window's reflection, we see Namor's silhouette approach. He flips the spear into ready position, pulls back, and... Back in the lab, the woman uses glowing blades to slice the soldiers' guns apart. 2 Dora Milaje enter like a whirlwind, spinning their spears, deflecting bullets, and taking out soldiers. On November 11th, in the ocean where a little sunlight still penetrates, Aztec warriors swim, smoothly undulating their bodies like a dolphin. Namor in his headdress among them. Headdress off, Namor confronts the queen on the beach. He gets aggressively close to her face, but she remains stoic.
We know what you whisper.
On an American street at night, Okoye turns around in the driver's seat of a red and black Dodge Challenger. She puts a spear down through the back of the car so it drags behind the tire. She reverses at full speed, ramming and flipping the cop car into the air. She pulls a handbrake, 180 turn, continuing her escape moving forward. As the Charger and a motorcycle squeeze between 2 burning piles of wreckage, a mechanical flying suit flies in after them.
Lost the protector.
In an ornate black and gold collar and hat, Queen Ramonda speaks before a United Nations panel in Western business suits. A section of wall breaks and water floods into the colorful streets of Wakanda. People are swept off their feet into the current. Others hold on to whatever they can and try to save people as they pass.
Now is our time.
M'Baku and the woman from the lab hold Shuri as she lets out an anguished cry. Namor raises a spear and plunges it down. Water floods into the Wakandan throne room.
To strike.
The streets of Wakanda are in disarray. Dragonfly fighters shoot at Namor as he bounds up into the sky using his winged ankles as if he's jumping on invisible stairs. Riri, with her hair in cornrows, sits in a shiny black workshop. She lights a welding torch. She assembles a machine from piles of parts surrounding her. A clunky red metal suit of armor takes flight. Bright blue jets blasting from the feet and back. The legs are long and narrow with flat sides. The arms are encased in a large rectangular gauntlet. Panels on the side of the feet readjust and snap into place before the jet powers up and it accelerates after another vehicle in the sky. At night, a pale Aztec warrior leaps out of the water adorned with intricate gold armor and carrying 2 spears. On a bridge, Okoye readies her spear wearing a red dress. The red charger is flipped over behind her. In a bamboo forest, Nakia stares out with a stern look. She's a black woman with long brown locks wearing a tight green uniform covered in intricate geometric patterns with shiny blue markings on the chest and neck. At night, the iron-red power suit blasts off through the clouds over a city. Inside, Riri yells with joy, her face surrounded by a red and white holographic display including circular radar, compass readings, and a max power icon. Holding his staff, M'Baku beats his chest, splashing water about. Wakandan skyscrapers loom behind him. He crosses his arms and drops into white, roiling water.
Show them.
Beneath the water's surface, dozens of fish, sharks, and a whale swim toward a massive oblong object silhouetted by the sun. M'Baku's mountain tribe charge, dragging lines behind them. Beneath the water's surface, a woman wears a headdress and collar made of striped fins and a simple, smooth-breathing apparatus over her nose and mouth. Shuri in a white dress stands in the Wakandan throne room. The red platform is surrounded by water with burning stripes radiating out and climbing the wall. A circular hatch irises open. A shadowy figure drops through. The Wakandan Talon fighter hovers over a cavernous hexagonal hole. The figure falls, arms extended, silhouetted against the light of the jet. At the last minute, she flips and lands on her feet, the impact sending a surge of blue energy up her legs. The Black Panther stands heroically, wearing a skin-tight black catsuit with curved gold accents all over her body. Her mask has cat ears, no mouth, but above her glowing silver eyes are lines of white dots lining her brow and up her forehead. Gold line letters shift into place. Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. Get tickets now. Only in theaters, November 11th. Thanks for listening. I welcome feedback. And also, let me know what trailer you would like me to describe next. Find us at adcomrade.wordpress.com. Audio description by the Social Audio Description Collective. Written by Kensuke Nakamura and Robert Kingett. Narrated by Thomas Reid. Edited by Kensuke Nakamura.